We are live. Hey guys, welcome to episode 4, season 6 of Game of Thrones recap on Board at Work. I am Thunder E, your weekly host, and with me again is Mr. Andrew Cam, whose lower third isn't working right now. How's it going, man?
Going pretty good.
All
Still
right,
alive, not burning up.
cool. And of course, we have Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I am doing well.
All right, and of course, Mr. Warren Bowman. I think he's getting some stuff situated, but he'll be joining us, and also Sam will be joining us. He's still watching the episode, so hopefully he's not watching this. All right, let's kick things off. So, John meets his sister, and I thought that wasn't going to happen. For some reason, I felt that they were going to miss each other again, some stuff like that. But I mean, they gave us kind of like a happy tone, not happy, sorry, positive tones in this episode, at least the very beginning.
Yeah, hopeful because
Hopeful,
this
yeah,
show
hopeful
has taught
about it.
us abandon hope when you start watching this show. But tonight is like, hey, maybe we might not kill you too much tonight.
Yeah, tonight was, the very, again, John seeing Sansa. I mean, it looks like he told her off the bat, I'm a dead guy who's back to life, you know, which was cool. Now,
What I have to honestly say, I didn't expect it,
what?
them to see each other, because you know how this show has been. One comes, one's already gone. They miss each other by like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And honestly, the way this season so far, the pace has gone way faster than anyone could expect.
hmm
And honestly, I'm already looking forward to next week.
Yeah, I mean it's moving really fast. I mean, you said, and Sansa comes in, tells him, look, we need to fight. So Sam has been sending messages, and he basically said the title of this episode is women have got balls, because every single female character in
hmm
this episode stood up tall. I mean, they stood up tall and stood up strong.
Yeah, I actually tweeted that out because if you look at it, it's not just that the women had balls, and they had it at the moments where the men lacked it. Like it
Yes.
was every time, like with Sansa telling John,
John,
like
John, yeah.
I'm taking Winterfell with or without you. When Marjorie is telling her brother Loras, like, he wants you to do this, and he's like, I just wanted to stop, and like
Stop.
you can see him crumbling, and in her
hmm
mind, she's already thinking the next two things are like, why did he let me in? What do we need to do to when we get out of this? And
Yeah.
then like everyone, all the men are crumbling, and it's the women that are keeping things together.
Well,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
all men. Tywin ain't troubling.
Okay, we'll get to him in a second. We'll get to him in a second. But how about you, Warren? I know you couldn't hear what I said at the beginning, but we're saying that we're surprised that we saw that John met his sister. Usually in the show they would miss each other, or it'd be like, oh, she was just here like an hour ago, man. That kind of thing. So what do you think about that? Can't hear you. Can't hear you. It looks like Sam's having, I'm sorry, Warren's having some audio issues. But yeah, I mean that was a nice way to kick things off. And then we had to see Tywin, who played. I mean, he not Tywin, sorry, Tyrion. Tyrion, who is playing master politician. What do you guys think about that scene? That whole scene where he was laying down. I mean, he didn't tell anyone on his own council what he was going to do. He just went there and did it.
Who does he have to tell?
I mean, like, at least he would talk to the eunuch. Usually,
Who?
yeah.
Spider set it up.
Yeah, I know, but he didn't tell them exactly what his plans
Yeah,
were.
like he
Yeah.
didn't tell him his plan.
Homegirl don't need to know. She's nobody but a translator. And Grey Worm, he's just military counsel. He don't need to know.
No, but like still, you gotta tell people like
Yeah,
if,
you gotta. Go ahead, go
if
ahead.
we're going into a meeting on Monday and you're about to like drop a bomb on some other company and you and I work together, you gotta let me know the game plan at least. Like, hey, I'm about to drop something on them. Don't say nothing. Blah blah. I'm like, all right, cool. But like he just went and they started talking and you could just see Grey Worm and was looking at him like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But like Grey Worm said, I'm not a politician. I don't know these games.
Yeah.
When he was speaking with the other, what were they, slaves?
The slave master.
So those slave masters, they over here griping and bitching, but honestly, dude, know your role
Oh no, no,
and
like
take
the
10
former
steps
slaves.
back.
Man.
What is that?
Yeah, no, I like they were in the room. They were talking with the slave masters from the other cities, but like when they walked out, those people that were like
It was
saying,
former
"Ringworm, you agree
slaves.
with them?" Those were the former slaves.
Yeah,
Like I got confused about what you were saying.
yeah. Those
I
are former
mean,
slaves.
dude, all slave masters want is women. Tyrion already knows this.
Well, I mean, you could see the reason why he is needed there. I mean, he's needed in this new world that will happen in Westeros. He is the politician. He's the business mind. He's the one that understands. You take away a source of income, they need that source of income. If you show them, look, you can make more money. And I love that dig. He said, he's like, you know what? I was richer than all of you combined, and we didn't have slaves. I mean, just and you could see their reaction in their faces. They were like, oh crap.
Yep.
I guess we're in the wrong line of business or something. So
Seriously.
that was cool. That was a nice scene. Um, so what do you think is going to happen following the whole small council meeting with um, what's her name again? Former Queen Cersei
Hmm.
and the the mother Tyrell. I mean, now that they've come to terms on what they need to do, because again, like you said, every guy has just been a wimp. Laurel, the king, somebody needs to just put that guy out of his misery.
I already told you that last week.
He needs to go.
Well,
Oh my
according to the
God.
prophecy, we know he's eventually gonna get it. Somebody's gonna put him out of his misery.
He
Just a
needs to
question.
go
I wouldn't be shocked
faster.
if it's his own wife in bed.
I don't know. I think she'll wait at least until she's pregnant.
No, no, she won't kill him. She has not even the
Yeah, like
desire to kill
she
him.
can play him. Like if she's got him under control.
Yeah,
The
she
only
has him
reason
under
that
control.
Cersei
So
can influence her is because she's in jail.
yeah,
Everyone loves their mom, but when you're 15 and some girl's throwing it at you, there's nothing anyone can tell you. You're gonna listen to what she says.
Especially when she was throwing at you and she was your first. Oh boy,
Exactly.
you done.
yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where, as a character, man, that kid just did not do it at all, man. He's not fit to lead at all. He is weak, and I mean, remember that scene where he goes to his mom, is like, "There's something I have to tell you that the High Sparrow told me, but you can't tell anyone." I'm like, guy, you're the king. I mean, come on. I
And
mean,
you know what? Personally, I don't even trust what the High Sparrow told him. I think the Sparrow told him that specifically, knowing that he's weak,
yeah,
because the Sparrow's been playing everybody too. And like when we talked about it last week, he was like, "Oh, you're king. Can we sit down, please?" Like
yeah.
he's just playing him, so he knows that he's gonna run and tell his mom, and then now the mom's gonna trigger an incident that's gonna make him even more powerful, probably.
Yeah, exactly. Joshua says grandmother Tyrell isn't afraid of say. I mean, grandma Tyrell is not afraid of anyone, and especially that her last statement. Look, people are gonna die. Better us than them.
See, I can see Grandma Tyrell dying, but it's either going to be Cersei or her.
Cersei's
After
gonna
everyone
die
is
now.
saved, those two are going to go at each other because neither one of them is willing to back down. And it seems to be Mama Tyrell. She has a little bit more cojones than all of them.
Yeah, but Cersei's not dying now. She has to get her own grand, like.
Yeah.
Cersei has no grand place anywhere.
No,
She's
no,
No,
but she needs to have her grand farewell. Her death has to be memorable.
I don't.
Whatever.
Yeah,
death.
I don't
Her
think.
death will be on her brother's slong.
No,
No, no,
no.
no.
Cersei's not gonna die because she needs to be alive to witness Tommen's eventual death that we all know is gonna
Mm-hmm.
happen. So
That's true.
after Tommen dies, maybe then we can see Cersei dying. But we need to see that anguish when she realizes that her last offspring is
Offspring is
gone.
gone.
Yeah, and then she's
Yeah.
like, she put in all this work and scheming. She started this whole war trying to keep her kids protected, and in the end, that the war is what got her kids killed. So it's gonna be like I think that's why she needs to be around.
Oh yeah, she needs to see it. She needs to see it firsthand, altogether, how that actually happened, with death of her kids or all her kids in total. You know. Shoot, what what's her name? The slave that was helping Recon. I can't remember her name.
Osha.
Osha, yeah.
I mean, seriously, they brought her back for just that kind of like dismissal.
But She died the way she wanted to die. I have to say that. She died ruthless, trying to kill someone else. Either she was going to go or he was going to go, and unfortunately, it was her.
How about you, Andrew, before we get to Warren? Because I know Warren has a few things he has to spill.
Yeah, I was surprised they killed her this quickly. I figured that she'd have a bigger role to play, at least for like stay around an episode or two. But like for them to like kill her that quick, it was like, man, they, like we said, they're not messing around with anything. It's like, all right, she's not gonna matter in the grand scheme. She needs to die. Like,
yeah, I mean, I agree with Marlon. I felt bad for her because I wanted to see her do something, at least like contribute, and then we knew she was gonna die anyway.
She did
Warren,
contribute.
I mean, she did. She tried to kill Ramsey, but
she kept the boy alive for the past 2 years.
True. Warren's your audio good?
Hopefully it is.
Yep, we can hear you. So, all right. So since you're joining us a little later, first off, just that beginning, the first meeting between Jon Snow and his sister after a while. Like, did you think that was going to happen, or do you think we were going to get that usual Game of Thrones? You missed him by 2 days.
Well, I don't know if they were gonna do it in the way that that happened with Arya and such. So it would have been funny if they did, but they kind of avoided that. So I'm glad they met up at least. What's interesting, that's the first time those characters have ever been on screen together, actually, in the TV show. So, yep, first time they've ever been at the same time.
Huh.
It's definitely the first since season 1, if it did happen at all.
Yeah, it happened.
It never happened in the original season.
I think the only time like they might have been like in the same area as like when they got the dogs or something, the direwolves, but
the boys found the direwolves with the dad.
Yeah, and then when they came back, they like spread the kids out, or like when when Robert came and they were lined up, but even then Jon wasn't.
Yeah, he wasn't present.
He was in front and center because he's a bastard, and it's like that would be considered in Westeros to be rude, to be greeted, have a king greeted by a bastard, and he didn't get to sit with them when they had dinner. So it's very unlikely that you saw much interaction between Robb and Sansa. You saw it with Jon and Sansa. The only time we saw Jon with a girl, with one of his sisters, was with the younger one.
Arya.
Jon spent more time with Arya.
Yeah, because they got along when they were younger.
Yeah.
She wanted to be a tomboy.
Yeah, I mean, she pretty much was. I know we're also saying that this is the episode where all the women had balls, because seriously, they were the ones who took control of everything.
Well, it's about time. 6 seasons later, they got to show something for it outside of Cersei, but she's the only one that typically had balls throughout the entire. Her and Daenerys were the only two that had balls consistently through the whole series. And I don't even think this is a balls thing for Sansa. No, it's Sansa finally coming to the realities of the fucking world. That's what that is. That is shit to do with balls. It's the fact that she's come to the reality of this is how the world works.
Yeah.
Jon's not so much, I would say.
I mean, he's just tired from all that crap.
Tired of fighting. That's what Jon is. Jon is just tired of fighting. So it's she's giving him a reason to continue that fight along.
But Jon gave his reason back. My own brothers betrayed me. They killed me. Why should I keep going?
He's remember when his buddy said, you should give your life for the watch. It's like, I did.
I did, motherfuckers. Did you forget? Dead.
He's like, I'm done. But it's just the thing, though. Again, this episode, they're playing Jon the way Jon is. Like, it looks like not much has been tainted from him coming back or anything. We don't know yet.
I think, but like, Jon is still Jon, but the conviction isn't there. The old Jon, instantly, yes, I'm doing this. Instantly, yes, this is what's right. This is what we got to do. Are you sure this is right? All right, let's do it. Here, you have to like convince him and drag him along in every single thing.
I don't think he lost anything.
I think
he gained something. He gained some common sense that Stark honor shit ain't working out so damn well. He gained some shit when he died. This is not have fun.
Like, they say that when you get resurrected, you don't come back the same person. And this is a prime example, because it's like, look, man, I was Boy Scout, basically, and these dudes still killed me.
Well,
So now he's coming
thinking
back
now.
like, man,
He's-
y'all gonna have to convince
For the
me.
watch.
Yeah.
He's using his brain more this time. Because remember, before he was a little more impulsive into going into war and doing certain things. Now he's taking back, looking at reason, and be like, okay, maybe this will work, maybe this won't work. How many men you got? 2,000?
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I'm still outnumbered by 3. You know, how can I make this work? He's looking at the scenarios.
Well, he doesn't know. He doesn't know the fact that which is what we missed, is that Littlefinger is back in the fray, and he's doing his little finger touches all around because he went over, completely sidetracked the general, and almost had him killed.
Somebody said that Marlon Block said he sounds defeated. He's taking too many L's. He's taking a lot of. He's been Meek Milled this entire season.
So,
Meek Mill.
Oh man.
yeah. but Littlefinger coming back means that the Knights of the Fray are going to join with Jon Snow, and then also he's probably going to talk to a few more houses.
I don't know if he's gonna join with the Snow, but I think he's gonna use the Snow's battle to his advantage, and then he's gonna go against the Boltons. Because remember, the Knights of the Vale, they have not touched the war at all. So while everyone else has been losing their food and thousands of soldiers, they've still probably got like 30,000 people in the Knights of the Vale still ready to walk onto the battlefield tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're gonna go and just snuff out the Boltons.
But we see from next week is that Sansa sees him, so he's going to not have to redirect his forces and say, okay, fine.
Well, that's what they already planned to do anyways. So that's why he's there at Castle Black now. He's going to have to explain the whole Ramsay situation to her.
But he's a liar. So he'll say, no, I did not know he was that addictive. I had no clue.
Well, she'll know he's lying this time.
Littlefinger knows how to get away.
Littlefinger knows how to lie with a straight face.
Yeah.
Littlefinger is the best.
You could tell me tomorrow that I'm the one that stole Kanye's album, and I'd be thinking, you know what? Maybe he's right.
You're the dude that stole the laptop. You're the one that stole the laptop. You're the cousin that stole the laptop.
I'm like,
Don't worry, you didn't steal nothing of any goodness.
No, Littlefinger will do that. Hey, Sam, thanks for joining, man. How's it going? No audio.
Gotta love Hangouts. Everybody's on the
there it is.
This little box. Shitty quality.
So yeah, we're just talking about how all the women had the balls today. Although Sam was saying, let's be honest, Warren's been saying, let's be honest, it's about time because it's only been Cersei and maybe Daenerys for the last 6 seasons.
Mostly Daenerys.
Oh no, and Arya. We'll give it to Arya too.
But
Arya is mostly a dude. Like, let's be honest here.
Come on.
Nobody looks at her and thinks she's mostly. When is she not shown balls? When is she not stepped up?
But she is a woman who's shown balls. It doesn't matter.
But the thing is that
She's the tomboy of the group.
She's also 12.
Exactly. That's the thing. She's the kid. She's the kid who basically is the embodiment of her dad. Right? She doesn't compromise. She knows what's right, and she does what's right. She's like, you know what? People killed my family. I'm gonna take them down. Jon Snow's like, I'm going to the north. I'm like, what the fuck, Jon Snow? I'm going to the north. My family doesn't like me. Like, what's wrong with you? You know? And then his sister's like, I'm gonna go marry a king. I'm gonna go marry.
Jon Snow has been a rejected kid from the get-go. Look, the fact that he's been rejected by everyone and he still was able to lead people out. I mean, that shows a lot, man. Because
he led them so well, they stabbed him 12 times.
They only stabbed him because he was a traitor.
Oh yeah.
I still like the comment that I saw that somebody said they saw Ollie's face. They went up right to the screen for the watch. I busted out laughing.
In all honesty, though, I liked this. I liked this episode, except for the end. I thought the end was overdone.
Oh,
you shouldn't have used.
No. That was.
They shouldn't have used the same mechanics as they did when Khal Drogo died. It's like, okay, let's figure it out. The Dothraki are gonna kill you. Except you walk out of fire.
Yeah,
okay? The Dothraki are gonna kill you again Walk out of fire.
No, but it makes perfect sense when you know.
Well, the first time,
When you know that the Dothraki will soak it up like it's a bag of chips, you're gonna do it again.
No,
do something
kind of
else.
dumb.
Because the Dothraki have a big fear of witches. They don't trust magic and all that crap.
They're also
And
kind
yet,
of dumb.
every single time that magic happens, they're like, oh, we gotta follow it. They wouldn't do that. It's like with the dragons. When she came out with the fire with the dragons, I could see it. It's like, oh my god, we're bowing to dragons. This lady just has dragons. This is insane. But in this case, she just walks out of fire. It's like, initially, I'm gonna be suspicious. Like, you just killed my cow. Who are you? What the hell's going on? Why are you naked? You got great New York boobs like this.
But initially
you did her naked again for the first time in like 3 seasons.
You gotta also.
I know. That was actually very interesting. This is the first time in a few seasons that she has been naked. So.
Well, no.
I think it was a body double though.
Yeah.
That rat kind of looked like hers from the first season, so who knows? Maybe they found someone with a good set.
Lou Rudd is like, I'm looking at
research.
I don't see any stitching here. This is her.
I think it's the reason that they saw that is none of them fucking liked the cows. None of them liked being in that whole situation. They hated the shit. So they just saw a giant fire of fuckboys just go up in flames. Why would they care? Good job. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Again, like that was either way you look at it, there was the only power move. The only 2 ways she would have been saved. One, her dragon comes down and just lays terror, and he doesn't feel like he wants to do anything right now. Or 2, she shows that she is the mother of fire and dragons, and she's
gonna get mother of fire added to her name.
You know, she's gonna have another fire added to her name.
Oh god!
Now she's
gonna be like
go back to Marine with such a bigger army. It's gonna be like
because now she has 100,000. Right?
Yeah, she's gonna be like Daenerys Stormborn, killer of calls, breaker of chains, the speaker of fire,
lighter of huts, lighter of huts.
More fire, more
it's
fire.
Like when rappers do the mixtape, you know, like, yo, it's me, aka blah blah blah, aka. That's her essentially now. She's got a new name.
Yeah, she
definitely will have Westeros after this, though. I don't think she's going to Westeros after this.
No, she's not going to Westeros after
this. Not right now. No, she's going.
And she needs to handle her business.
Yeah, she's going to use the Dothraki to lay waste to the Slavers Bay people, and then she's going to go to Westeros in like 10 years.
Yeah, that makes more sense. 10 years.
Hey, did you guys notice how the wildling leader is looking at Brienne like he wants a piece of meat?
Yeah, that shit was
that was good.
She just had us look like no.
So what do you think about the Red Lady or Melisandre and her like just jumping ship? She's like, I found my new prince.
Well,
seems legit.
When Brienne shows up and walks up to you and be like, yeah, you know your old boss? Kind of killed that dude.
I didn't kind of. Just like, I took his head off.
I kind of killed that dude. You better be like, yeah, I got a new prince now. Like, he doesn't die.
When Brienne said that, she saved Melisandre, because how was she going to explain the princess?
Yeah.
Well, I had to sacrifice her so she could help her daddy, but it didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know how to get myself out of this one.
But didn't Davos kind of already know that was going down?
No.
He left. I think he knew that was going down before he left.
No, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He was suspicious of why Stannis was sending him away, but he didn't know the reason.
I thought they kind of implied that he.
Yeah, they kind of implied it.
They implied it, but they didn't imply it to Davos. Like the whole point of Stannis sending Davos away, because he knew that if Davos knew what was going on, he could talk him out of it. So Davos was like suspicious, like what's going on? He's like, all right, I'll bring the princess with me, and he's like, no.
But you gotta remember, she went and hugged and said goodbye and all this stuff at the end. I had to film the show was implying he had an idea that he knew was going down.
He had no clue.
No, Davos.
I think he had an idea that she was going to die, but I think he thought she was going to die with the rest of the army.
Yeah, he thought she was in danger, not that Stannis, her own father, was going to kill her alive.
Because remember,
if Davos had any clue that, he would have taken the girl himself. Trust me.
Yeah.
Davos is very loyal to Stannis, but
And he
he's
believes in
also
Stannis. He
loyal
believes
to.
Stannis
Yeah,
is
he
a
believes
better-
in him, but he's gonna try to save Stannis from doing something that he knows he'll regret in the end.
I wonder if he'll find
How
that
else can
out.
someone cut off like what, like
I-
5 of your fingers,
I
and you
wonder-
still like following?
Yeah,
I wonder if he's gonna find out.
yeah, he's definitely gonna
Yes.
find out.
He will.
I think that's
Wait
how
a minute,
Melisandre dies.
have they ever shown
They-
Davos' hands?
No, they've.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think once. In the
yeah,
beginning,
like
I think they showed it once.
with CGI or whatever. Like after one of the battles, like you see that his glove, he calls attention to it. He pulls it up and says, "He cut off my fingers because I was a smuggler."
The Onion Knight.
The Onion Knights, exactly.
Yeah, next week looks interesting. Dustin King was asking, there's
there's
the
a-
new red
There's a new
priestess.
woman. I was about to say, there's a new red woman coming on board.
Oh yeah, there's thousands of them. They're like everywhere.
They preach all over Marine, and they preach all over the old world, or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
They call themselves. So yeah, it's.
Yeah, but I think Tyrion's going to take some interest in this one.
Now,
Okay.
is this
Finally
one
get
also
back to his old
old?
ways.
Is this one also old like Melisandre?
Probably.
He doesn't
I don't know.
have
She
the
looked like a
necklace.
teenage girl.
She does. She does. She has the necklace. She does. She does have the same one. She has the same necklace and same dress as her.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Same
Oh, boy.
she does.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
about
boy.
100. That is why they can preach the message for quite a while and go around the world.
Maybe
You know what
all
it
of
is?
them are that old.
All right. I don't know if you guys, my family is Jehovah's Witness, and I noticed this. If you go into any of the subway stations in New York City, the Jehovah's Witness always put a beautiful young woman try to talk to you.
Oh, he do that right outside my station here.
AC train on Fulton. That's
what's going on with
AC
the
train on Fulton, man.
That's what's going on with the Red Priestess. They find the most beautiful woman and say, "You need to come follow my God," and you're just looking like, "Man, this girl's so beautiful." You know what? I have been meaning to go back to church for a while. That's what's happening here.
Andrew's like, that's my marital plan right there.
That's how.
When
That's how they
I'm
get.
done with all you dudes, I'm going back.
Every
to
morning, the
beautiful
train
ladies with
station
G-
right
JW.
outside my apartment. Every morning, they're right there, and they always they rotate the girl, but it's always out there. Pass it out the watchtower.
They rotate.
They sound like some
Oh my
streetwalkers.
Rotate.
They rotate
Damn,
the
there
girl.
is.
Oh God.
Yeah, so I mean,
I see 3 of them on my route to work. I
So-
see 3
but-
of them on my route to work, man.
Yeah.
They
But what?
definitely.
I would not be
going on.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Melisandre actually, before she became a priestess, looked like that, and then 2 years later she looks like the old woman. I would not be surprised.
Oh man, I don't open my door.
It could, yeah, no, it could be just something that they give up, like their beauty or something, to serve the god of whatever. So there's really there's no point in saying, hey, they're a certain age or not. They've really never touched on their age anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
There has to be something behind that. There has to be definitely something else behind that.
Victor says, so did Sansa tell Snow about who and how the family died? He was much cooler about it than I thought he would be. I don't think I don't think they went into details. I think she just told him, look,
He knows that
Rob's
stuff
dead.
already. When
He knows that already.
They get
Yeah.
ravens telling you, so he knows that Rob's dead. He knows that he already knew that Ned got killed in season 1. So like all this stuff he knows, except he didn't know that Rickon was alive.
yeah.
So she probably
Yeah.
told him that. So that probably excited him.
And neither one of them know that Arya's alive.
Yeah.
I know she did.
No, she knows. She knows. Brienne told her.
Because whatchamacallit, Brienne told her when she saw
Yeah, I told her.
Yeah, but you
that's
gotta understand.
last episode.
You're telling her that I saw Arya, but that was many months ago. I don't
No.
know. if
Remember,
she's
she
still
told
alive.
yeah, but-
no, but it's like, I saw her Arya and she did not want to come with me. So
exactly.
basically,
Yeah.
your
Because remember,
sister's alive and she went
Everyone
away.
was under the impression that all of them were dead except for Jon and Sansa. So now Sansa comes and finds out, says, "Hey, Bran's alive, Rickon's alive, Arya's alive. The only one that's definitely dead is Rob." So all of a sudden,
that's
like it's exciting for them to realize that. Imagine if you thinking that you had 5 siblings and now you have none, and then suddenly you learn that at least 3 of them are back now. You'd be excited.
Yeah.
But isn't there
But
still
was anyone
women
like me?
out there?
Oh,
Sorry. Sam.
no, Rob, go ahead.
Isn't there still one sibling out there besides Rickon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bran.
Rickon is a Bran.
Besides Bran, ain't there another little blonde boy?
No.
No.
Rickon
There-
was
there
a little
was
blonde
four of
boy.
them.
Rickon
There
was
were four
a
of
little
them.
See, that's the thing. Like we didn't see him for 2 years, and all of a sudden he's like 6 feet tall.
Yeah, in the
Black
book,
hair.
it's kind of the same thing in the book, right? They really don't touch on him that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
I was
Sam,
saying,
what you gonna
was
say?
anyone else like in the scene? What's the name of the wildling who saved Bran and Rickon? When she was about like straddling Freyboy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, you cannot kill Ramsay right now. You just cannot kill Ramsay right now. He deserves worse. He deserves worse.
See, once she straddled him, I was like, she's going to die. You know, like my mind was like, no, there's no way. This is Ramsay. Even with a knife, he has another knife somewhere. You know, and he just took her out.
That boy is wily, man. He's a wily bad guy.
Yeah, I mean, even the message he sent to Jon Snow. I mean, in-depth details of what he will do.
Yeah, that was very in-depth, man. The guy spent some time thinking about.
Remember, Jon stopped. He's like, it's the same thing over and over. She's like, no.
I thought it was just one line left. I thought it was like 5 more lines. It was
Five more lines.
we'll do this to your sister, and then we'll do this to you, and then like,
And to your direwolf, we will do this too.
This is the beginning of the end of him. This is the beginning of the end. He's making anybody that makes power plays like this usually get fucked in the end.
But I wonder what Littlefinger's trying to do.
Stannis did this, and you saw what happened to him.
Littlefinger wants to rule Westeros.
Yeah, but Littlefinger's going to be helping them get the North back.
Yeah,
Right?
Yes.
he knows that.
It helps him. It's to his
helps him.
advantage.
He was playing the whole thing the whole time.
Because you know very well the Stark kids, even if they get the North back, they don't want to rule Westeros. They want the North back. So if you do that play and then the Littlefinger now says, no, we need to take care of the Lannisters next, you know, they're like, yeah, fine. They also helped in, you know, killing our dad and, you know, our brother Rob. Just go for it. And he can make his play to become king because they don't want to rule Westeros. So that's where he stands. You know, at least that's why I think anyway is where he wants to go with you know, his little conniving left and right.
I don't know necessarily he wants to have the Iron Throne more so that he wants to have a certain level of control. Him and Tyrion are very similar in their roles. Tyrion's just probably got a little bit more knowledge than he does, but they're both advisors in a sense. They're always saying one thing and there's always something else going on. So it'll be interesting.
Well, at least Tyrion is not lying about it. Littlefinger will tell you one thing and the 7 things going on in the background.
Oh yeah, well he has to have an opposite to him. He has to have an opposite to
But who is the good one? Who is the good one? He's tall and handsome. Tyrion is squishy and not quite so handsome. But who is the good one?
Tyrion is also his intentions are not evil. Clearly,
Tyrion is funnier, so I go with a funnier guy.
What about what's his name again? Greyjoy.
Theon.
His sister was like, "Boy, when you come back for, boy?"
See, now that's
a whole bunch of people died me trying to get your dumb ass.
And now you think?
Sorry, go ahead, Lou.
Do you think she's gonna help Jon Snow get the North back?
No,
I think
they have their own problems to do with.
I think they're going to be staying out of that thing until. I think they're not going to do anything until it comes down to them having to go towards King's Landing and that type of situation where they need to hold down the waterfront. That's when they'll show up. They have no other purpose behind that. They can't fight on land. They can fight on water, but they cannot take land. And that's what the sister said before.
Yeah, they can't
they're-
hold land. Like they can fight and like win like a little battle, but they're not the type of people that can
hold
a strong fort or something.
But if you take them on essentially and if it's a sea battle,
in water they'll
fuck you
kill
up.
anybody in water.
They'll destroy.
Like they're the best. Yeah, they're the best.
Unless you're Daenerys with some dragons and some air firepower.
I think they're going to help. I think they're going to help the Starks simply because basically the way it always works is they do stuff, and then the Starks are like, "Oh, you guys are kind of getting a little too big for your britches, right?" Turn around, smack them, take a bunch of their sons, and make them into actually killed a couple of them, and then made one of them into a vassal, and made him into what they call those things again, a ward, right? Yeah. So at the end of the day, I think they probably want to make peace, and the quickest way for them to make peace is to be like, you know what, we're going to help you get your little castle back, and then you guys are like, all's done, all's forgiven.
I don't know. I don't know if whoever is going to be the.
See, I mean,
Salt King is gonna be.
All depends. If it's the sister, and if Jon Snow and Sansa come over, I think the fact that Sansa says, "Look, you know, I've forgiven Theon," it might be. Now, if it's the uncle, then it's
Yeah,
all
like
will to lose.
I don't think she's gonna win. I think the uncle's gonna
I
like
think this.
screw y'all. I'm about to go invade this other part of
Yeah,
West.
because
No, I think there's going to be a
God,
split. I think there's going to be a split. Some men are going to go one way, and some men are going to go
No,
another way.
like I don't think so.
They can't split. They can't split.
They
The King
follow
Mooks is
power.
very- yeah.
The people in the Ironborn,
Ironborn,
they just
yeah.
follow power.
Power.
So like even though like
But
like
he has to
her
show
man
his
or whatever?
power. He has to
Yeah.
show his power. And
Yeah.
what power does he have right now that he can show, which is what they have
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do.
That's
does
what we're
not
gonna get to
drown.
next week in the
He might be
preview
another one of the
episode.
undying guys.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week's preview, bro. There was a whole shitload of ships.
Yeah, like we saw
Yeah.
all those ships in the bay, and then like the dude with the white hair, like which is Theon and the girl's uncle. But
Yeah.
he's like a priest, so he can't rule. So he goes, "Who among you stakes a claim?" So I think the uncle and Osha and like probably some other people are just gonna be like, "Yeah, I want to do it," and then everyone's gonna vote for whoever they think is the strongest.
Yeah.
Oh, no one votes. They're just going to have a duel.
And Andrew, you read the books, right? So I think there was a lot more dialogue for the uncle.
Oh yeah, there's like tons more. Like in
Yeah,
the
because they went into how he supposedly died and he came back. So I think there are like 3 people now who are like dead and come back. If you
Yeah.
include Sean, right? So he might be a big player. The uncle might be a big player at the end of it.
Well, I
There are
mean,
a few people who don't die in the book.
We'll see how that
Come back
plays
in
out.
there.
But also, again, we get back to Bran next week, and he gets to see the White Walker, the king of the White
that
Walkers,
army.
and his dead army, which,
And the White Walker sees him.
I'm going to call the White Walker King White Walker Jackson because of that move.
Let's come at me, Crow.
I really feel. I mean, White Walker Jackson, it is done.
Whatever.
That'd be
Jackson got the power to see Bran as well. That shit looks interesting.
That's gonna be that's true. Because the magic system and like the one thing when you look at books or movies like this, there's always a magic system, right? Like exactly what's the magic system of the whole book, and we don't really know what the magic system is. We know that the Red Queen burns people or prays to the Lord of Light. We don't really know what the magic system is for the old ones or for the old gods. I know that they pray to a tree and whatnot, but we don't really know what the magic system also is for the crone, the beggar, or whatever. We don't know what the magic system is. This might be.
I know, Sam. Since you on Reddit, have you seen any of the Game of Thrones fan theories out there? I mean, there's so many theories over the week.
There's one that I'm pretty sure of. I don't want to discuss in case people are afraid of spoilers, but
Okay, guys, everyone, right now, spoiler.
yeah, spoiler alert.
So
Hide your children, hide your wives.
We should use a spoiler alert image and it'd be like Ali hanged.
Yeah, so if you're listening, if you don't want any spoilers, mute your whatever for like the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Yeah.
Basically, there's this thing called the Grand Northern Conspiracy, where some of the big houses that hate the Boltons and are steadfast loyal to the Starks are going to do whatever it takes to put the Starks back in power. So people have to remember that the Starks have been ruling the North for like not even generations, thousands and thousands of years. They were like the first kings of the North.
Weren't they didn't they come in the fist? Weren't they the first men?
Yeah, they're the first men. They're among that. They were like the first ruling class of the first men, and they've held the power in the North ever since. So basically, the theory is that Umberly, the Umbers, which was the guy that turned over Rickon in the Wildling, they're secretly making it seem like they're getting involved with the Boltons, even though they're not. That's why he refused to do the pledge. Mm-hmm. And then the theory is that he's going to make it seem like he's on Ramsay's side. So he's going to get Ramsay out of Winterfell because you can't assault Winterfell right now. So once Ramsay's out, he's going to have the Wildlings coming from the north. He's going to have Littlefinger's people coming from the south. And Umber is going to make it seem like, yeah, I'm with you. And then when the time comes, Umber's people are going to turn and like, by the way, we with Starks. And then Ramsay's going to be dead. And then Rickon or Jon will figure that out. Rickon would probably become the new king of the north.
Yeah, because he's not legitimized, so it would be Rickon. But it's
So that's the end of the spoiler.
That's a theory that I've heard before. I think
That's
I
not a
mentioned
bad
that
theory,
before.
actually.
I mentioned that before in the chat that everyone's sort of thinking that the Umbers are pretty much gonna turn on the Boltons, and people were bringing it up with the Direwolf thing. because the direwolf was a little bit different and it wasn't as big, or if there was something really strange about that direwolf head that a lot of people that tipped off to a lot of people.
Well,
it's not right.
The group that I talked with about this on Tuesday, they said that was Rob's direwolf.
Yeah, it looks.
Because I brought that
Rob's
up.
direwolf was huge.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
People forget that John's direwolf is the smallest.
Yeah.
So for that thing to be that small, remember Ghost is like gigantic. So
Yeah.
for the head of that dog to be that small, I think they just got a really big wolf
Yeah.
in an actual direwolf.
Yeah, because Rob's direwolf was, I mean, it was massive.
Yeah.
It was terrorizizing.
Yeah.
I mean, he and his
Didn't they put his wolf's head on his body?
Exactly.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
filled it
exactly.
onto him.
yeah. So
But also, maybe I'm remembering this wrong, but in the books, when a wolf died, it was almost like a part of the person died as well. Like they felt it. So with what's her name? Sansa was the first to lose her wolf, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it didn't die. Just like oh wait, yeah, Ned had to kill him. And then Arya's wolf, she had to make him run away because he
He's
bit
not
He's
Joffrey.
not dead. He's
Yeah,
not dead.
and then Arya, she would still feel the wolf, like the
Yeah,
predator.
she could
like,
still feel the
in
wolf. So
her
there was a
dreams,
part
she
of
like
it.
sense it and stuff. So there's like all of them. There's a connection to their wolves. That is
And
like,
the wolf is basically their personally, I think they missed out with the whole wolf story because the wolf
They
is
said they might
the
still
walking
do
out
that.
of the body. Because John, if I remember in the book, John was able to get into the body of what's his name? I want to call him Snowflake. His name's not Snowflake.
Ghost.
Yeah,
He was able to walk into Ghost, right?
yeah, he was able to get into Ghost and move around. So, and the same thing, I think one of the first time that Bran jumps out of his body, he jumps into his animal.
Yeah, he
So
does.
the wolves, they're supposed to be a little bit more, a lot more significant than the way the show has played with them. But we'll see.
Well,
Hopefully,
there's talks of them still doing the wolf story, that's all the wolf pack story. There's still talks of that possibly happening.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I think somebody says it could be an oversight of the show. I don't think it's oversight. I
No,
think
it's CGI.
I
It's
no,
just
I
cost
think
of that.
I think
it's
it's
not
time.
it's not even the cost. I think it's just a matter of like
yeah, there's
how much stuff do we put in, and does this influence the story pushing forward that much? Other than Bran, where we know that's what his character does. So
yeah, like even as a book reader, like there's certain things I say, look, this is very good and it's great for the book. I love it. I love all this detail, this intricacy. This is not something that I want to see on TV. Like we've got 10 episodes of this every year. We've got 8 seasons of this. We don't have time for us to see every little detail that we get.
yeah, I mean, we have one character who does it all the time. So
Exactly.
That's,
Yeah,
you know,
I'm rereading the books now to remind myself of certain things that I missed. But when I watch the show, like HBO's only given us 51 minutes anyway, so like we got to get to it. So I don't mind them skipping things like this.
No, they've done a great job of picking and choosing what goes in the show. It's very entertaining,
And dude,
without taking away from the overall story.
Yeah.
you got some cojones to reread these books because I tried to do the audiobook and that shit was long.
No, like I'm probably gonna skip the 5th one, or I'm only gonna speed read the 4th one.
Wow, they some thick ass books.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they're great books. They are.
That
great.
is,
Eventually, what I want to do is I want to find them in hardcover and get them. There are a few books I look for in hardcover. This is definitely going to be one of them. Because Wheel of Time, I've gotten Wheel of Time, 3 or 4 of the books in hardcover, and I'm looking for the rest. But this is definitely a candidate for hardcovers, man. The books are amazing.
Yeah. Well, I still say, you know, I liked the way it ended this episode with Daenerys and fire.
They should have come up with something else.
No, they
She's
had
the
to do
fire
it.
queen.
She
She had
is
to,
the fire queen.
she had
I
to
mean,
show. She had to show her power again. Like she literally, her only way out of that situation was to show her power again.
You're right, because if you put it in that she's been you know wishy-washy in her power moves in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, but there's a certain what's it called? Kind of like a certain theory if whether she can get burnt by fire or whether she's immune to fire or just dragon fire or whatever. Now this basically
It just says fire.
she's immune to all fire.
Yeah.
Which, it's kind of
All the ending needed was Lil Wayne saying, "I'm a fire starter."
The fireman, fireman.
Fireman,
No, but
fireman.
Sam, I hear you on that, but on the show, they don't specify fire as in is it dragon fire this? They just basically
Well, no,
put
that doesn't. Actually,
no,
it
I'm
is
saying
all
when I
fire.
say they don't place a huge emphasis on it.
Well, no,
So
it is on fire.
as long as they show her like again, showing
Yeah.
her powers that a fire and her are one.
No, they did that already because the first time it wasn't Dragonfire. The
No, no,
first time it wasn't.
No,
So
no,
it was the same as
Sam-
this.
Hatched.
Sam was saying that basically, is it the theory was, is it just fire or is she immune to dragon fire, like this and that. This she needed to show big. She needed to show 100,000 people that I am queen. There are only two ways you do it: dragon comes down and torches everything, or you walk out of fire. And then I mean, even her two guys were like, yeah, okay, my bad.
Well, they had never seen it. They only
Jorah
heard of
has.
it.
Yeah, Jorah saw her come out of a fire.
Fire.
In
He didn't
season
see her
1.
come out of like that giant pit though.
No, I didn't see.
Yeah.
She didn't see that giant pit.
Yeah.
Hey,
So you need to remind people that I'm boss. That's
Yeah.
that was all that scene was for, and it puts it out there quite clearly for for her to now move on with that huge army. And you're right, it's gonna be till season 8 before she hits Westeros. It's 90 times.
But that's the story of her life.
Yeah, which means Jon Snow is the main character of the show. Spoiler.
Oh, Lord. We've not known this. We
Song of
never
Ice and
suspected.
Fire.
We never suspected that Jon Snow might be one.
Hey, we still haven't seen. I'm interested in seeing when we get those two scenes. Let's see if we get those two scenes to happen. We get a couple of key flashbacks happening.
The Tower of Joy. If they do that,
Not even before that. Not just that one.
Oh man, I think it's going to be a good play.
They won't show. They won't show that first. They would show that last. There's another scene that's gonna happen.
I think
before
we're gonna get the second half of the Tower of Joy episode, probably like episode 8 or like 7 or 8, something like.
Yeah.
They're saving it for later in the season.
Yeah, but to me, you can't show that scene unless they're gonna show that other scene before that solidifies the end of Tower of Joy, what everybody kind of already knows what they're gonna see. They gotta show something else before that. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they gotta show something else.
Yeah, that's why I think that we're gonna see that later in the year.
Now, Matt.
Which should be epic if it
Matt
happens.
Virus 420 says, why do you think the Blood Raven wasn't present when Brandon was with the White Walker flashback? I think he wanted to go back to the Tower of Joy on his own, and he ended up there.
I think this is one of his own solo warps, and he's like
And he just ended
kind
up
of fucked up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he was in there too long, and somebody's trying to get him out.
Yeah, he doesn't really know his power, so like he doesn't realize that like stuff that happens to him in the dream or whatever state he's in can actually affect his physical body too. So like you can tell he kind of went rogue and left the guy that's training him alone.
Technically, it would fly.
Oh no, I saw some theory that said that the Three-Eyed Raven is him.
No, it's not him.
I mean, I saw that.
I can tell you with complete confidence.
I was like,
the book was very was a lot better in showing that it wasn't him, because the name of it's supposed to be the Three-Eyed Crow, not the Three-Eyed Raven.
Oh, I mean, right? Raven, crow, banana, plantain.
No, because it has a little bit more. It has a little bit more significance because the Three-Eyed Crow is kind of alluding to the fact that he was a he was
a night watchman.
Yeah. Night what's it called? The watch. He was
man of the black. They were the crows.
The other one I heard was that Bran was also the one that caused what do you call it again?
Ned.
Yeah, caused Ned to what was it? I've forgotten now which part exactly. But basically, it's either he caused the war when he was trying to warn he goes back and he's trying to warn his dad, and basically tell him what happened, and not the Mad King, sorry. He's the one that caused the Mad King to go mad. This is some far out because he's trying to communicate with him, and the Mad King can't hear him.
Now there's 3 scenes you need to see.
Yeah,
if we're gonna see the Mad King.
Mad King can't hear him. That's why he's the Mad King, but he can't hear him properly, and he causes him to basically do something else that he shouldn't have done, which caused the whole.
That doesn't hold water.
I'm just saying. I'm just throwing out stuff there, man. I'm just saying.
Because that would also have to explain why Daenerys' brother was mad. Was he the one doing it too? The thing is, basically the what they
No,
call it, the Targaryens have always been marrying brother to sister for how many generations? Yes, some kind of fucked up thing happens. People
Yeah.
go crazy. Okay.
Yeah. And when you're practicing incest, the odds of insanity or depravity or
Quite high.
all of that
Yeah.
increases. And it's not like definite. Like some kids will come out normal, some kids will be evil. So basically, sometimes you get a Joffrey, sometimes you get a Maricela, sometimes you get a Viserys, sometimes you get a Daenerys.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you never really know.
I'm like, there's that's the second scene I'm hoping they play, because then that explains the war. That explains why that whole shit starts. They have to show one and then something else, and then that makes sense. It explains the whole story.
That's if. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is fire.
If the theory is right, yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
Yeah.
It is. But anyway, guys, that is pretty much it for this week's episode, Book of Strangers. Now, quick one here. Any reference to what Book of Strangers is? Because at least Oathbreaker, we got it last week. This episode, I just didn't.
No, it's a book from their theology. Remember when she
Yeah,
was,
okay.
when she was
Yeah,
kneeling
yeah.
close to the I'll call him the priest, the Pope, whatever.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders, what again? Can you?
Yeah, yes, when she was kneeling close to Bernie Sanders, and he was quoting the story.
Bernie Sanders.
And she was quoting the story, and then he was quoting the story, and she referenced the Book of the Stranger.
Yeah,
So that's what it was. That's what I'm saying. There's really they haven't really flushed out all of that.
Yeah,
And I think this is something that's going to come afterwards, kind of like kind of like the Children of Huron, how you have the explanation of a lot of the
I tried reading that book.
races.
Ooh.
Don't try.
Don't-
I tried reading that book. I that's the first time I ever returned the book.
Yeah.
I did that with
That's
the Silmarillion. Like I started reading that, and then like at page 80, I literally threw the book against the wall and said, "This sucks," and I stopped.
What
It's a
book is
reference.
this?
It's a
It's a
reference.
reference book to Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings, like the
Yeah.
world, how everything began.
Explaining the background and all that. It's like
Oh,
it's
no,
a bad book.
you're talking about the book they made for the Game of Thrones world or whatever?
No,
No.
Lord of the Rings.
They made a-
Lord of the Rings.
they made a book.
There's a book that tells you how magic first came into the world, who the gods were, who betrayed who, how Sauron and Saruman got linked up, and everything. It's kind of like a whole overarching.
I haven't seen any Lord of the Rings movies.
I'm thinking they will probably have to do that eventually.
You're missing out.
This book. Oh.
I'm fine.
Well,
Watch the extended version.
yeah, Warren. If you
Enjoy it.
I
didn't
have
like,
them. I
if you
have
didn't
them.
like The Hobbit, all of the crappy parts that were like unnecessary, that's basically from these books. Because The Hobbit is really one book. They
I know they
three
made
movies
it.
out,
I know made
and
it
they
three-
took a bunch of stuff from like the Silmarillion and Children of Euron and all this to like fill in backstories and all this crap we didn't ask.
Well, wasn't The Hobbit a cartoon? Didn't they make a cartoon movie?
They made
Yeah,
that.
it was a
British
cartoon.
cartoon of it. They made a British cartoon.
Yeah.
of it.
It was horrible.
That was during the Disney Doc era, though, when they were doing a lot of dark black magic.
I don't.
cartoon
Was
level
that Disney?
things.
I don't think that was Disney though.
I
Was
think
it?
that was Disney.
No, it wasn't
It was
Disney.
British. It was a British production.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right, guys. Well, thank you everyone for jumping in. And
Oh, we got Kyle Ruggles back again.
yeah, Shane. Now I know, right? Kyle has this the funniest and coolest like image right there with that big smiley face there.
He's like, Jesus Christ, got to get in the Game of Thrones if you guys are discussing it.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta watch the show. It's a great show. I mean, if you're catching us for the first time, you haven't watched Game of Thrones, definitely see it. It is probably one of the best shows on TV.
Yeah.
The best.
I mean,
It is the best show on TV.
everyone is, everyone has some. Yeah, there's something you would like in the show.
Yeah, you'll always like something on the show.
Yeah, and technically he could watch them all in the next week because it's only 53 hours. So if you do like
Hey, I marathon through the first four
6
seasons.
a day, 5 a day, you might be able to catch us up by next week.
It's actually
You gotta quit your job and
Do not encourage him. Do not encourage him.
Actually,
All right.
it's actually not that hard. You can do probably about. You can do
all right. So
a
if
few episodes.
do it, I'm gonna go around. How long do you think it's gonna take him? We'll start with you, Andrew. What do you think? You're saying 53 hours?
No, I
Next
said technically he could. I
No,
think
it's not on
realistically,
Netflix.
It's gonna take him
HBO.
like, probably like 4 weeks to do it.
4
You
weeks.
should do it in
Yeah.
4 weeks. Yeah.
4 weeks. Sam says 4. How about you, Lou?
You could do it in,
Lou's face.
what was it, 53 hours?
Like 2 days.
5 episodes.
Do it in
What,
4
we've done
days.
3 episodes.
So
Yeah, but I'm giving him time to sleep, eat, go to the bathroom, stuff like that. How about you, Warren?
Frivolous things.
Man, I'll put it like this.
I would say if he's gonna start watching the first episode now, he's gonna start getting hooked and kind of probably marathon through at least the first 2 seasons of the show. I say it'll take him about 2 weeks to catch up.
Yeah. Wait until
think about
the season is over, then do it.
Because you'll probably have a slowdown around halfway through season
Cal
4
says,
season 5.
"Oh crap, 4 weeks! Oh my god, I did Daredevil in the weekend, so it's possible. I mean, yeah, it is possible.
Yeah, it's
Anything,
possible.
look, bro. When I got into Sons of Anarchy, that's 13 episodes a season. I caught up to the season 5 premiere in literally 3 days.
Oh, no,
And
no.
Lou lays the SmackDown.
But Lou, like you have to be realistic here. When it comes to Sons of Anarchy, all you really need to watch is like 10 minutes in the start, like 5 minutes in the middle, and the 10 minutes in the end. End of story. That's really all you need to watch.
I did
Jax,
it all.
don't do
I
that.
didn't miss nothing.
Emma, don't do that.
So he said that's
Do
another
this.
show.
Boom, motorcycle, boom. I just gave you all 5 seasons of Sons of Anarchy.
Well, anyway, guys.
And when I
Thanks very-
start to binge watch it again, I finish it in a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You people have issues. All right,
I'm
guys.
sorry. I like the motorcycle crew.
Thank you very much for joining, as always. Everyone, thanks for chiming in. If you're watching, leave your comments below, your theories, stuff like that. We'll definitely jump in and discuss with you. I want to thank Andrew Cam for joining us again. Thank you very much, Andrew. You can follow him. What is your Twitter handle?
You can follow me at Andrew Cam, last name Kam. Andrew, you should know how to spell already.
Now, he would have his lower third, but that isn't working.
Yeah, but we'll get into that next week.
Yeah, and Mr. Warren Bowman, you can follow him at where again, Warren? Where can we follow you and check you out?
BW1.com, BWNE.com. You can find it on there. And too bad Lower Third could tell me that. It's nothing likes to work with Hangouts. It's the crappiest product I think Google has put out that they refuse to update or do anything actually with. It's just Hangouts on there, not the regular Hangouts application. Regular Hangouts application is fine, and if you're trying to talk to people one-on-one and not trying to do it live, video chat's fine in that regard. Because the second we turn this off, the audio is going to get better all of a sudden.
Yeah, that is the magic of Hangout.
But the second you get the live button, fuck you. That's what they say.
And,
Good luck, buddy.
And Mr. Lou Rod, that is his Twitter handle, Buddha Rod. You can follow him on Twitter. And Black Iron _man, Sam, that is his handle, a part of the Border World team. And of course, mine is Border Work, Thunder E. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. And catch us next week, 10:15. We will be doing the show again, episode 5. You know, does Game of Thrones take a break at all? No.
No, it doesn't.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Okay.
Oh, they will this year, Memorial Day. They will.
So
That's a bullshit holiday.
Whoa, I think.
So yeah, check. Catch us next week, 10:15, and always enjoy your entertainment.